Totally, dude. Ain't it fun? It's never fun. You could have asked me that in 93. I got that sarcasm. I seen that on your guitar case, written in, with white out on the cheap cardboard fucking case. And it said, ain't it fun? And it's like, totally, dude. No, it is not fun. Why are we doing this? I mean, yeah, dude, it's all about that. When I go play with a band, I need double the creepers, because when I used to play in these punk rock bands, most of these guys were really tall anyway, and they wore the creepers. And what creepers are is like Frankenstein boots, or like David Bowie, or like Elton John or something. I mean, I don't even know how to explain it to you. Creepers are a UK thing, a European thing, from the 60s and 70s, and they carried over into the 90s. And the creepers are just like, you wear like some blue suede shoes or some black suede shoes, and the heel on them would be, because this was post-war, when this shit in the 60s and everything was Plastic Fantastic and Plastic Soul, and everything was Plastico Fantastico. Everything was rubber. Everybody had a rubber fetish from the war, because the companies were making so much, we have like rubber made now, and everybody wanted to rub their dick on it. I did this story before, because every little boy, that's old enough, his mommy wore a rubber apron or a plastic one like that, and it just brought him back to childhood. Certain types of plastic do that to me too, like a cat. I remember just laying on the floor at some academy somewhere, or at some school, and and it's just Welfarian, and that's what it was like for a lot. But anyway, I'm used to these guys with the big creepers, and they're already 6 foot tall, and that's how I do it too. And I deviated too far from the fucking point. But what was it? No, it's never fun. It's never fun. It's always an effort into, why did I do this? I don't want to do it. And it's never good. And hold on, it'll I think part of the problem with rock and roll is rock and roll, its appeal was always for the poor. And it wasn't quite as obvious, but you listen to blues, rock and roll inherently would probably be most of the time about the blues, about common white or black struggles. I'm drunk, my life sucks. If I could afford a gun, I would quickly blow my fucking brains all over the fucking wall. But I'm poor and I'm repressed, and they want me to stay alive because there's decimal points on whatever, however meager my existence is. It matters. At my age and at my point, if my income should increase by $1,000, I'll be worth more dead than alive, and that's just the way it is. Because I'd have to. It's imperative at this point that I make near $1 billion, which is not gonna happen. It wasn't going to happen when I was 16. But we like to suck the rock and roll dick, and what we do while we're doing it, we see a lot of, privileged people teach us how to do it. But we're all poor and proud. My father's band was called, one of his bands was called the Poor Boys. And that's just a buzzword that you'll see throughout fucking music. Into different genres even, and it kind of meant the same thing as rude boy. It means the same thing as proud boy too, which I'm just in love with, that phrase. Whoever came up with that, the Proud Boys. I think that should be a band. I really do. You'd have to be, I don't know, I just think that he's a little proud. Yeah, I could tell. Got a little bit of an ego, a little bit of chip on the shoulder, a little bit of toot. Yeah, he's proud, as he should be. You know, he's not proud for no reason. He knows he's worth more than this. It's just the connotations that has Proud Boys. You know, like the political campaign. Proud of this country? Actually, I am. Yeah, you know, even on its worst year, pretty proud of it. You know, it never happens where you get to a president that you can't get with. But I mean, it gets to the point where you prefer other presidents, especially as the terms go on. You're like, holy shit, I didn't know how great I had it. Yeah. I missed that whole story about cocaine in the White House, but that made me smile and it made me happy because I think that in order to run this fucking country, you would definitely need some kind of help, you know? You're not cramming for college tests here. You're running the country. You have a reason to fucking take drugs like that. You have a reason. It's like, oops, cocaine in the hey. Nobody does it better than they do, though. They Monica Lewinsky's and shit. I would douse that pig. That fucking pig. Wouldn't you? You can't blame Bill. Hillary was so hot back then, too. Would have went home, glazed Hillary, glazed Monica, you fucking pig. Sticky ribbons off the end of my dickhead and her lips, slapping her on the lips. I was like, I gotta pass this bill, bitch. I'm the chairman of the board. I gotta pass this shit. You gotta get out of the office. Just go over there for a little while. A new hoe's coming in. Yeah. And I mean, that's just the way it is forever. But I'm proud, motherfucker. And to be proud, anybody could be proud, but you must have a reason. Otherwise, you're just a fucking idiot. Because when you call somebody proud, it never detracts from the. I just like that. That's my thing. And it's so rare that things. Oh shit! Don't do it. That it's so rare that things ever connect with me these days. But no, it's never fun. It's never good. And the keyboard's going crazy, and it's never good like that. Okay, but here's the point. Besides all that, the reason why rock and roll's dead is because there's not enough poverty in America. Poverty contributes to tribal trends. That's why there's no hip hop. There's nothing to rebel against. There's no rock and roll. There's no racism. White people can't get behind rock and roll and be like, we fucking hate your shit. It's fucking. And hip hop guys don't have any. They're just so happy to. Everybody is so placated. There is no. It's turning. You keep talking about China and this and that and China. Take a look at it, man. This country is turning into China. That's how they want it. I tell you Mao Zedong and you get all nervous and you're like, oh, holy shit, dude, just stop it. It's the same fucking thing. Beat the people. Beat them softly into fucking complicit shit. They can do without the rock and roll. They can always go to the library and get out the record. But my bitches like Milabach come from poverty, the ghetto, deep in Chicago, in New York, in California, in Detroit, in Little Rock, Arkansas, dude. Yeah. There's the little Milabach bitches in a garage getting beat into a gang with their Aquanet hair and their fucking tattoos. Little mousy girl getting beaten into her gang. I feel like there's no bitch alive that could fucking fed me. I feel like I'm the toughest bitch ever. And it's like, yeah, that's my girl, my little girl. And she likes the smell of super glue. She likes the smell of modeling glue. She likes the smell of gasoline. She likes, because she comes from poverty. But there's a little robust little rose that grows up through the cracks in the concrete in Spanish Harlem. And look out, oh me, oh my, little Milabach with her tongue out going, Daddy! And all the men are like, holy shit. She likes to take her hairspray after she's done doing it into a big 80s coif and then put her lighter in front of it and just light shit on fire. When she takes her nail polish off, she likes to light her nails on fire and be like, look, Dada, my fingers are on fire. Yep. She was just out the womb. She was birthed on fire, just screaming wild, little wild child. You know, there's a deficit on those. There needs to be more. I hate to say it, but there, in order to make this good art, that he said there needs to be more latchkey children and yeah. Everybody needs to do the tighten up in this country. Too much barefooting. I can go barefoot because I'm trying to ground myself with the magnetic fucking chi of the universe, of our planet. You can't afford that luxury. But I'm no militant Rasta soldier like that because I am, because I live in a different time. But it's never quite like you think it is. Oh, I'm gonna bite your calves. Beautiful woman. And I think that might sum up why these things aren't happening so much anymore.